beloveds. I'm slightly damp. I got to go to the park today, but it was drizzling. And I knew it was drizzling, and I was like, I'm still going to go, because we missed Tuesday because it was raining. And there was enough breaks, that we didn't get soaked, but I'm still damp. And I'm just like, okay. But I say that there were squirrels, and they did come out in force a couple of times in mass. The blue jays came out, the woodpecker came out, and we saw the cardinal. Possibly we saw both the male and the female, but at the time when we probably were seeing the female, the male was kind of he was like within 6 feet of me on the ground, and I had the perfect, I was able to take a couple of really good pictures of him, so I'm like super excited. Yay. Love cardinals. They were my grandmother's favorite bird. So, I always think of her when I see cardinals. But yeah, I was just like, so we think, because we keep seeing the cardinal in the same place, so I think that the cardinals may have a nest over there. So yay, maybe we'll get to see baby cardinals, if we keep the attention. So I love going to the park. I hope you enjoyed my park stories, but that's not why we're here. We are reading The Voiced Celestial, which is a poem in the style of it's an epic poem in the style of the Odyssey and the Iliad from Homer, written by Ernest and Fenwick towards the end of Ernest's life. And it is their way of kind of digging into what they've learned over their life, in Science of Mind. And we've completed one chapter, so we're moving on to the second chapter, which is the Celestial Presence. There's going to be a lot of back and forth in this one. So we'll see. We'll get into it. But I'm going to do the housekeeping really quickly, which is just, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, you get one a week most of the time, is email info@creativelife.org. And the hot links are hot. And nobody else will see your email. So you don't have to worry about anybody else's email list because of us. So, and then the social medias. As of right now, we don't monetize the social medias. So what we ask you to do is to go like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. And the social medias are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on which platform. Now, I am the running Rev Ryan across all the platforms that I'm on. So I would ask you to do the same for me. Although a lot of times the memes are the same. If I find good stuff for, my page, I'm going to share it on the Creative Life and vice versa. So, there's that. Okay. I think that's the housekeeping. So, Voice Celestial. And every now and again, he uses a word that I'm not familiar with. So occasionally I'm going to pronounce things oddly, and it is what it is. It's learning. This is the challenge with poetry. You can also see that I brought an extra light and glasses so that I can do this. So, all right. So this particular one that Jesse loaned me, there's a picture, and then there's this little blurb up here. And it says, yet sometimes to us, as in sleep, when all the earth is sunk in rest, out of the shadows still more deep, there comes the vision of the blessed. And let me adjust the camera angle, because here we are. I'm glad I did it before I actually started reading the poem. Then I can maybe edit that out. Or not. This is a real human being doing it, and I like it that way. So, okay. All right. So, the celestial presence. We are starting with the farer, which is a reminder, we are the farer. The brazen gates of doubt are riven to show the wonder of the whole. Would I could know the meaning of the part, I who in pain have searched the wisdom of the world in vain. The presence. O foolish soul, child of ignorance, who knows so much and knowing does not know. I come to thee as I came as I to Moses came, unstopped his eyes and showed the Holy Land. To know too much is not to know at all. The vessel full, too full to hold, the waters drawn from deeper wells, cannot contain the draught more newly drawn. For how can wisdom gain from knowledge, if knowledge be of that which is untrue? 1,000 falsehoods never make a fact. Turn then from the half-truths thy mortal mind, and go with me, nay, not to distant stars. The way of truth is never out, but in. The Farer. You speak in riddles, for I know no way by which to learn, unless I first do see, and hear, and taste, and touch. Can wisdom rise from other source than these? With humble mind, I beg of thee, be not annoyed. The Presence. Why dost thou doubt? Have I not plainly said, I come to you as I to others came, for I would point a way to truth for you. It lies not out, but in. The Farer. Then will I yield myself, celestial one, for I do feel thou art that light I seek. I know not whence such thoughts should come to me, save it be true, as though perhaps my soul perceives both light and source of light as one. The Presence. Nor flesh nor blood has said this thing to you. This is indeed beyond the finite mind. The Farer. You fill me with confusion and delight. I do not know, but still have hope to know. The more that I speak, some memory stirs, as though in you the past returns to me as present, and that I knew you long ago. Did we, perhaps, go faring with each other? And is it true that higher beings come in man's greatest need? For I have need, such need. O angel of celestial light, I have great need. I have great need. If beings come to earth from higher planes, and if it truly be that thou art such, thou art the first and only answer to the prayers I prayed, that such as you might come with tidings from above or from below. Speak unto me, that I shall surely find, and know some answer to my questioning. The Presence. Thou may indeed, my friend, have hope to find the sacred thread that leads you from the caves of dark despair. The Farer. I pray thee plainly speak, for I am dull, too gross to hear, too gross. The Presence. The neophyte who by some inner urge is set to find infinity will first of all be overwhelmed, like you, with loss, acute of all that once seemed real. The mind is hung above a deep abyss between the solid world of sense material and that high sphere of inner thought in which the thought real and soul feels not at home. The Farer. Thy words are true, and over me a pall does hang, a horror indescribable. The Presence. Then has your inner sight one moment glimpsed the truth ineffable. Your soul must fare upon a path so new, so strange, that it will seem unstable, like walking on a sea. But have no fear, for I am close to you, and I will walk with you. The Farer. Then shall my heart cry out with joy. I do not care how long the road, how insecure, if thou, O Presence, walk the way with me. The Presence. Then walk no more in utter gloom nor deep regret, for men of earth were not designed for gloom nor dread despair. Creator God did not ordain a sphere of pain and sorrow. He who made the world had also wisdom to make plain the course the stream of life would take, how to give form to beings put upon this earth, that they might live in joy, in peace, and happiness. And there is beauty. The Farer. The red upon the robin's breast, long since I lost the robin and saw it. Alas, but a bird. 'Twas all I saw, gray, dull, inanimate, and dead. The Presence. Then look once more upon the mountains, which towered over beauty, and in strength above the valley floor, where running streams do feed, and glorify the land whose vineyards fair sustain the luscious grape, from which is pressed the sacred symbol of the life of all. Surely the gardens of the gods are fair, and all these things are placed upon the earth, that living there might be a paradise. The Farer. Why then is poverty upon the earth? Why do the dwellers of this blessed land, like me, live on in wretchedness and pain? Make clear to me why men do fail to act, to enter and possess. The gardens of the earth do bloom indeed, and wealth is his who dares or wills to claim the overflowing bounty, which lures me not. For I have a hidden hunger, which leaves me truly famished, which gnaws upon my soul. So it be, in truth, I have a soul, or reason for my being. It is for this I search. My hands are wet with my own blood, in beating on the brazen doors of silence. There is no answer, and I hear alone the faint, far echo of my broken cry. Oh, what art thou, O God, and what am I? The Presence. Speak on, release yourself of this deep pain and all your memories of hurt. Once more I say, he can only be filled who first shall empty out. The Farer. It is not grief, I weep not for a loss, and I am empty now, so empty. The Presence. If then 'tis happiness you seek. The Farer. Nay, not for happiness, but bliss. For that sweet bliss which seers have called nirvana, to find eternal peace or nothingness. To all the sons of men does trouble come, and hurt and fear and awful doubts assail. We all are poor, we all are poor. The Presence. You have great need. The Farer. I have so great a need that were the whole bowl of heaven turned upside down, it could not hold the vastness of my need. The need to know, the need to understand, the horror of my emptiness is shadow cast on shadow in the dark. The Presence. But you see, the Farer. 10,000 years have not revealed that which I seek. Across the human stage we stalk, an actor from the wings and back again into the wings, nor do we understand the part we play. nor what is man or why. The presence I shall unfold. The fairer. My life is short when measured by the lives of other men, which end to end would stretch across the stage of time. Yet what has come from all their prayers? Have they not cried as now I cry, their hearts as empty bled, their hands in bitter anguish raised towards what they hoped were gods? No answer came from heaven nor from earth. What is it came from where and whither goes? Nor is there no ear to hear, no hearts to pity, no eye to see the tears, for men like me have raised their cry through endless time, and not one whit has gained of truth. And I'm going to pause there. The presence. Have you no hope, no comfort from some light within, some lamp that burns, though darkness still reigns without? For man can hope though ignorant, until his hope disproved, there is no room for hope. The fairer. The hope to know is greatest of all hopes. It is disproved that man can know. At least his soaring thoughts, like eagle's wings, have beat against the bars of brass in vain. The presence. Have you yourself no hope at least? The fairer. My reason and emotions clash. My mind says no. My heart affirms a hope. Although 'tis true that ears that vainly listen for a voice do dull the hearing of the heart, and hope and faith are fled. Deal not, I pray, in subtlety. Deal not, I pray, in subtlety, for I am sick. My soul is sick. My mind is sick. The presence. It is your heart. Be still a while, and let the heart speak out, and you shall find a jewel most precious in its brightness, that shines not only in the realm above, but rather scatters light upon the earth. This you yourself have felt at times, I think, till darkness gathered all around again, the shadows fell, so that your jewel caught no ray, your gem was held away from light. By your own shadow, despair does kill the gem. The fairer. I had a vision once. I seemed to see, nay, more, I was caught up in a realm. Alas, it was a dream. The presence. You have lamented well, but to what end? Your very eloquence does spite your heart. How often men become bemused by their own speech, denying what they would believe, believing what they falsely have affirmed. Do you, perchance, give room, when reasoning, for fault or blame in logic of your mind? Do you, perhaps, confuse yourself and stop the inner ear? The fairer. I do not know. I do not know. The presence. Perhaps the gods could not make speech to you because you would not hear. Perhaps the God whom you addressed was not himself a god, but just a specter sitting on a cloud, projected from your doubting mind. There are so many gods whom man has made in his own likeness, who, when they reply, do have the emptiness of their creator. For lesser gods belong to lesser minds, and lesser gods to lesser minds appear. But all true gods to one true God belong. The fairer. but that I have believed, if there be a God, there is but one. How then can I conceive a lesser God? The presence. You make a God of everything if you do give it power to rule your life. Even good to evil turns. The Pharaoh. I do not understand. For how can good become to me an evil thing? Let me but ponder this. Do I give power to things or men or gods who then do rule my life, whom I endow with my own ignorance, and then cry out for help? The presence. This is the law. Look to the uncaused cause. For where causation is, there is your God. Find cause alone within. Yea, find the one true cause within, whose center everywhere is found with naught to circumscribe. The lesser gods must to this God comply, and if they be not subject unto him, they are no gods at all. The Pharaoh. In part I comprehend. I fear that I sought light from gods I did create, and so from them no light beyond my own could come. The presence. Most true. The gods whom men adore too oft are not real gods at all, do not exist. Had they been true, their answer would be swift, for cause and wisdom are not found alone in upper realms beyond the cry of man, nor do the gods in splendid solitude exist, since they themselves do but reflect the splendor of the one, as does one wave reflect the glory of the sun. His essence is in all things hid, a piece of bread, a taste of wine, drawn from the sacramental cup, or any cup. That man in faith uplifts, he is the inner and the outer rim, the center and circle infinite, who circumscribes the whole. From heaven comes no special gift to favored souls, but it opes wide its gates, and from its windows pour a bounty great, beyond the mind of man to comprehend. The Pharaoh. Such bounty failed to fall on me, the presence. To each is given all, but he can take only that which he sees and does accept. The Pharaoh. I am condemned by fate, the presence. Your God does not condemn, and fate itself is but a name for consequence. The weak and slothful seek to shift the blame to fate or God or any source without. The Pharaoh. Then I am not condemned. The presence. The higher power does not condemn, nor does it pass some judgment dire upon the sons of men. There is one law that as we sow, we reap. No more, no less, for God does send his sun to shine on good and evil men, and manna falls from heaven unto all. Put forth your hand and take the bread, lean down and drink, and quench your thirst. The Pharaoh. Such words as these I cannot understand. I am famished both for drink and bread. Dost think that earthly gifts are what I seek? I pray thee, trifle not, my heart is dead within me. From tombs of age-old hopes I smell the stench. I cannot bear. Oh, could weep such tears, had I but tears to weep. how men have failed to touch the healing hem of some great soul to cure their longing. And longing they have died. Out of the empty void, nothing. Into the yawning grave they fell as I shall fall, or burned upon the pyre of dying hope. I shall be wholly gone, my ashes swept along the waste to mix with desert sands, where wind shall blow up transient forms to craze some fair such as I, who shall, like me, behold a false ephemeral mirage, and he and I and dust shall merge and blow, insensate through all time. The Presence. You do so damn yourself by bitterness. The Fair. I taste the desert sand. My chalice is a skull. The Presence. Beloved friend of mine, I long to soothe your grief. A heavenly light must break through that deep gloom by which you are embraced. But first of all, take comfort, friend, in this, that you yourself are source of all you fear, and cause and circumstance lie deep within. The Farer. I understand you not, and why rejoice if it be true that I am cause? Would pain be less? The Presence. What you create can be dissolved. If you are cause, you also are the remedy. Take heart in this, for the human sense is blind and lives in its own darkness. There is a way. The Farer. Show me the way. So, the Scribe. Then suddenly the air was stirred by a fanning wing, and in it flamed the light. So luminous it veiled the Presence from the Farer's eyes. Although bedazzled, he knew those lips had framed an answer to his need. Yet as he spoke, self-pity welled so high it choked his words, and he was still, at which the vision too began to fade into the darkness of the room. Alarmed, the Farer shook through all his limbs, yet half relieved, for still his reason could not bear a true witness to his sight, nor could he tell the nature of the apparition who had come from nowhere into now, or man, or God, or what. Distraught, he wondered if some evil visitation had come to claim his soul. And then he laughed in pure delight at his own fancy. Who can claim my soul until it first be proved that I have a soul? That same cool breeze which came to him before, which had been announced and always would declare the advent of the Presence, seemed to fan again. The light began to glow as coals appear in ashes blown upon, which flame to brilliance, so that the Farer saw him, nor feared nor questioned whence he came nor why, but bowed his head to shade it from the light. The Presence. You have well said that men do oft convert their faith or fear to form and give to it a pseudo-soul, bow down and worship it. It is for this I come, to bring the truth that breaks the darkness down and sets you free. Truth must be recognized and used, and you are falsely led if you do think no souls have known or used this truth until now, or even can. The Farer. I hope again, at least I dare to hope. If thou must but lead, I follow though I die. Far better to die with hope than to live with faith. Far better to die with hope than to live with faith in folly. I will believe, not in myself, but thee. The presence. Let it be known to you, my friend, that man doth live in twofold worlds, that which he sees and the unseen, the world of form and that which forms the form. The things of earth are patterned in a realm that lies above, and all the things that men have wrought below are copied from the unseen and the real. This real is essence from which all things proceed. The Farer. Is truth, then, something strewn upon the earth, an emptiness that can be gathered up, held in a wishing bowl of hope and faith, and so from nothing something comes? To me, it still is echo repeated among the canyon walls of emptiness. The presence. Not so, for truth is from the just and wise, a wisdom never held on earth by those who blindly do reject their heaven. For knowing is a heavenly thing, beyond the reach of doubt, beyond the common faith or hope of infinite mind. The soul alone can know. The human mind would still deny, though it should be set down within the walls of heaven, because it could not see. For it ignores the fact that sight belongs to soul, and eyes themselves never do see what the cause. It is the self that sees, and the same self may know the truth without the eye or ear or sense. He who would know must first be still and listen for the voice. He must become the placid pool which will reflect the beauty from above. The Farer. Beset by doubt, my faith is but despair. I am afraid. The Presence. Give it but time. Have faith in me, and I will lead you into deeper truth. To this give heed, and I will guide you to belief. Know this, if you would enter and possess the promised land and so partake the banquet spread by higher powers. It is the will of heaven to give to all who ask. Gods do withhold no good from those who seek. Be like a child who looks to see the star that first appears, and suddenly the whole bright galaxy has blossomed out of space, and out of nothing the visible appears. It shall be so with you. The unseen stars of real, eternal things in shape and substance will appear, and as you look, the form of things divine will softly come to you amidst the shadows of the night. As moonbeams trace the path across the sea, or shine on forest pools unseen by man, so shall the light ineffable touch you. Behold the primal garden of the gods, wherein all things do bloom and fruit. Reach out your hand, the fruit is yours to have and to forever hold. Truth gives itself, and to forever hold. Truth gives itself, rejecting not, it should not be rejected. The Farer. Almost thou persuadest me by thy sweet words, and I do feel so closely drawn to thee. The Presence. The ground on which you stand is holy ground. You walk within the garden now, and you shall eat the fruit that satisfies your hungry heart. This is the first slow step in your enlightenment. I will return and in the days to come companion you. I go, but going, leave with you these thoughts on which to meditate for inner growth. For inner growth is fed by what you think upon. Speak thus. From thee, O God, who does impart to mortal man immortal vision, I seek with yearning in my heart the truth beyond the field of reason. The homesick soul cannot contain the longing once again to see the face of love and to remain enraptured by reality. Too long the symbol has concealed what lies behind the things of sight. The mastery that, once revealed, would fill the heart with pure delight. Too oft the weary watcher sees the half-formed vision fade from view, and hears the lisping of the lees. 'Tis not for you, 'tis not for you. Yet sometimes to us, as in sleep, when all the earth is sunk in rest, out of shadows still more deep, there comes the vision of the blessed. These wondrous moments, oh, how few! They quickly come, as soon have fled, yet all the world is born anew, and life once more has blossomed red. Again we breathe the air of heaven, and in an ecstasy of soul, the brazen gates of doubt are riven to show the wonder of the whole. Each is a part of that great wonder, and he himself is lock and key, and none may break the gates asunder, but only he. But only he. Within, the angel of self-knowing, incarnate God must wake and find the torch of life so faintly glowing that it escapes the human mind. Then hear again the voice supernal that has slipped long since from memory. If you seek for life eternal, ye shall find it in the me. And every time I think I've almost got it, it slips away again. It slips away again. It's like I hear it. And it's the same refrain that I've heard in all the poetry that I've read. Like, because I've read the Iliad and I've read the Odyssey and I've read, other poems and poets across the ages, and like I grasp it and then it slips away again. And that's kind of what reading that feels like. It's like, I'm almost there. Okay. Well, that was chapter 2. So tomorrow we will start on chapter 3, which is faith and hope. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Let's get this week started off right day. You got this day. Take care of business day. And enjoy the sunshine day. Take a nap in the sunshine day, as 2 of my cats are doing. Take care of yourself day. Drink plenty of water day. Bundle up day. A good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, and as Reverend Jesse likes to, a beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to say, a godling. You are a godling. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, all things are possible. All right, beloveds. Well, that was chapter 2. So Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around between 9 and 9:15. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.